and welcome back to another episode of the Outer Rim Rambling with myself, the Outlaw Adam Neeson, joined as always by the Jedi Knight Danny Brown. Danny, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right. I'm okay. Surviving.
Mm,
But it's fine. It's okay.
we have no place for hatred in the world, but what we do have is place for the love of Star Wars.
Always.
Always. And luckily this month we have a lot of people who love Star Wars in our SWACM month,
Swackum!
which is the Star Wars Community Creator.
Star Wars Content Creator Appreciation Month. You always have that initial stumble, but just swackum. It's swackum, folks.
SWACM. You can
Yeah.
swap community and creator about, I guess. You can't, but you
Mm,
can.
yeah.
You're allowed. But 2 weeks ago, we had the Village Jedi. Last week, we had That's Just Great with Hannah and Jacob. But this week, we have the Determined Focus Boys, Will and Grayson. Will and Grayson, how are you?
Doing fantastic. Happy to be here. Thank you for having us. And all those people are great as well. Jacob and Hannah are good friends of the pod. So yeah, we are very happy to be here. Thank you for bringing us on.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being up late to have us on and accommodating us.
Yeah,
Of course, it's fine. It's okay. As I said, I'm hiding in the living room so that my fiance doesn't beat me, but it's fine. It's okay. Mm.
Do what you
Um,
gotta do.
yeah, you gotta keep the partner happy.
Mm.
Happy wife's a happy life, though, to say.
Exactly. Precisely.
It's true.
And Danny, we haven't
True.
mentioned it, but it is August right now, of course.
It is August. Yes, it's not like we recorded this 2 months ago.
No, definitely not. But you are now a married man.
I am a married man. I'll be married over a month.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's awesome.
So Will Grace, if you fancy, oh no, wait, it's August. But I need to keep the bit going.
You guys enjoyed the wedding, right?
Yeah, thanks for coming over to Belfast, guys.
Yeah, it was beautiful. The sparklers and the
Mm.
cake.
The weather was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't the Star Wars kilt also inspired?
Fantastic.
That was
Yeah.
honestly
And-
the highlight for me.
And
Yeah,
it's
thanks.
not the first time hearing of it either. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've
Yeah.
seen it. You've seen it
Yeah.
in all its glory with the like Luke Skywalker kilt pin and the Star Wars cotton inside it. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. I'm getting a custom kilt made, and the dude who's making it was like, "Oh, for the like cotton inside the waistband, I'm going to try and find something like suitably Star Wars for you." And I'm like, "Yes." I didn't
That's
even ask him.
sick.
He just knows. So yeah, I'm buzzing about that. And then yeah, I'm getting I have upstairs the Luke Skywalker lightsaber hilt, Return of the Jedi lightsaber hilt kilt pin, and then
love it.
the wee like blade that goes in the traditional Glibderg blade that goes in the sock when you're wearing a kilt. A friend of mine's 3D printing me Obi-Wan Kenobi's hilt to go in instead of like the wee traditional blade because it's got to be Star Wars.
Mm.
I was going to say, so the question resides that there's a mutual connection there between you and Will. What is your favorite lightsaber hilt?
It's got to be Kenobi.
Okay.
What I think I'm gonna go with Episode 1 Kenobi.
Mm.
That's a
Oh.
good take.
That is a good take.
That's a good take.
Do you agree? Are you a Kenobi man?
That is not my favorite, and unfortunately, it's not even in my top 4. But I
Ooh.
do think it's an underrated lightsaber that definitely does not get enough love.
Mm.
Okay, what's your top four?
Luke's green V2.
Yeah.
Keep it on me. Ahsoka's dual white from Rebels, and then obviously the Ahsoka series and Mando. Count Dooku's curved red, the Sith one specifically. So Darth Tyrannus, I guess. And then Ezra's V2 green with the big red switch button. Those are my top 4.
Nice. Grayson, what
Yeah.
about you?
Dude, I'm trying to remember what I said the other week, but now I think my list has changed because this is what always happens. We do a lot of top 4s, Mount Rushmores, blind, all of that stuff. Off the rip, you can't see the tattoo as easily, but it's upside down. It's a Kanan tattoo. It's
Hell yeah.
Kanan's lightsaber. That's my favorite. My second is Luke's Return of the Jedi green. That was my favorite as a kid. My third is probably Ezra's green as well. I really love that, and even when Sabine has it as well, I really enjoy that version. I think I just like it a little bit better than Rebels. And then, gosh, what is my fourth, dude? I legitimately am forgetting. Are you like trying to find the clip right now, Will?
I was.
Yeah. I right now in this current moment,
What are the
I
three? Go through the three that you've already said.
one of those I didn't say last time because I messed up. But Kanan, Luke Green, and
Yep.
Ezra Green. I am trying to. I should just like say what I'm liking right now, which is kind of tough because it keeps changing.
Did you say Balin's?
I do like Balin's. I wouldn't put it in my top four right now, though. I would not put that in my top four. I would probably put Cal Kestis's.
That sounds familiar.
Mhm.
I like Cal's a lot. That one's one of my favorites. But there's a lot of good. I'm a big lightsaber junkie. That's a big thing for me. Honestly, I'm stealing from Will one more time. Also, like Ahsoka's white, like specifically her like main one that she uses, like the longer one. I'm not a big fan of the Shoto, but the standard one is just like the first time that showed up in Rebels. I that moment is undefeated, bro. It's so good.
Yeah. Nice. Adam,
I
what's your top four?
well, I'm not a lightsaber guy,
No,
but
I know.
we'll go Maul, episode one, Double Blade, Palpatine's gold,
Mhm.
Luke's green,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna be cheeky and say Ray's.
Raise yellow.
I do like
Raised
it.
yellow.
I do like it. Yeah,
That's
It's a good
that's a
saber.
goated one. I
Mhm.
like
It's a
that one
good
a lot.
saber.
it's just very
Yeah.
practical looking.
Oh yeah,
It's very
Yeah,
satisfying.
when it opens and all the wee points come up. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, dude. It's like it's so sick. I
It's
love
really
that one.
cool.
Mhm.
I want more of it.
I'm gonna go. I've already said episode one Kenobi. I'm gonna say then episode three Kenobi, and I'm gonna go Gungies from Clone Wars. I like it's wood, wood in it,
Oh,
which I think's really nice, and I like that they kind of use that element then for the saber building in Galaxy's Edge. You can get that kind of like wood finish too. And I'm gonna go for the Star Killer like Sith saber. You know the one that Hasbro brought out, and then when you like turned it in Sith mode,
yeah.
it like the wee dagger bits like came up.
The stat. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna go for that. Yeah, I'm gonna go for like the Star
I had
Killer
that
Sith saber.
toy because I remember that toy also came with a DVD of Gendy's Clone Wars, if I'm not mistaken, which was very interesting. I remember like I bought it and then it had like it was like also includes like volume two of Clone Wars, and I was like, what? Which
Really?
was maybe it was either that one or it was one of the other lightsabers that I owned, but I'm pretty sure it was that one. I remember being
Dude,
like, why is that in there? Yeah, it was sick. But like
when
I
they
was such a
used
big
to give out
lightsaber.
DVDs with stuff, that was the best time in the world.
Yeah, dude.
Or
It
you
was
get a
sick.
box of cereal and it would be like
Ugh,
a wee one episode on a DVD or a wee CD-ROM. Ooh.
Yeah.
man.
Trying to think, I had that happen. Oh, I have like I remember I bought this is not Star Wars, but this is just like in general, like they would I bought like the Death of Superman, the hardcover, for that one time. And they were like, oh, inside is the Blu-ray for Superman Doomsday. And
Hmm.
I was like sick, which that movie is not entirely faithful to the comic, but I loved
Nope.
it a lot as a kid. So I remember being like, hey, I'll take the Blu-ray because it's like I love physical media. So hence all these books that I got, which only about 20% of them I've read, but I'm getting there. All right. They slowly but surely, so many
That
books in the world.
that's always the way, and then you end up with like the pile of shame.
Yeah.
Every time,
Yeah.
The pile of
the
shame.
pile of shame. It's the
Right
same.
now, that pile is in my living room, and it's like okay, I'm reading this like immediately, and then what happens is I'll get like two in, and then then I'm not in the mood to read the third and fourth, so then I like take it out and it goes back on the shelf, and then I swat, and it just is like an endless cycle.
That's always the
Yeah.
way. Between that, if books, and then I don't know if either of you are like into miniatures, like tabletop gaming, but the miniature pile of shame where you're like, I'll go back to painting those models at some
Yeah.
point, and then you just have like a whole regiment of clone troopers sitting that need to have the colors added, and you're like, not today. Not
Yeah.
Mm.
Minis is something that I have not entirely gotten into.
Don't do it. Don't.
For that exact reason. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I love them and I have friends that do them, but But I do enjoy some tabletop gaming. I'm a big tabletop RPG kind of guy.
Guys, we've already Star Wars quite hard. But for those who do not know how hard you Star Wars, do you guys want to tell us about Determined Focus?
Well, Will, I have to say the coined phrase, "Who talks first? You talk first. I talk first."
If you didn't, I would have been mad. Yeah, Determined Focus is our podcast. We've been doing this for like barely over a year now, for Determined Focus. And yeah, we are well, one of us is getting a little bit closer, but we are two pre-30 nerdy Star Wars fans who yap about Star Wars probably about 85% of the time. And the
Yep.
rest of that time, we talk about pretty much everything else. We love comic books. We love movies, anything nerdy. We're most likely going to be yapping about, especially this year with all the new nerdy comic book stuff that's coming out. And yeah, but we've been for the last what? I feel like I've been running a marathon for the last couple of months with how much Star Wars stuff has been coming out. But
Yeah, dude.
it's been a lot, but it's been a ton of fun, and it has just been an appetizer for what next year is going to be, because next year is going to be insane with how much Star Wars there will be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We started roughly when Celebration Japan happened. We didn't get to go, but we started around that time period.
I think
Will and I have
literally
been
the
friends.
Monday after Star Wars Celebration.
That was our first episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
And initially Determined Focus was something that Will was doing, where he was doing a lot of these like scene breakdowns and stuff, and it evolved into kind of the show. And the scene breakdowns are actually something we plan on going back to, since we don't have much Star Wars the back half of this year, but it's something that we really like. We love analyzing this stuff. We love like breaking it down. That's why we like books and comics, and the big thing that we will get into endless rabbit holes about is, I feel like, the morality of Star Wars, and the Force itself, like the good and evil, and the cosmic force and living force and all of that stuff. Like, that's where we get really into the weeds with. But then yeah, Celebration came around, and we were like, Will more so was like, hey, let's do this. And so we've been doing it ever since. And the opportunities and stuff we've gotten over the past year have been quite insane, to say the absolute least. But it's been super fulfilling and rewarding. Like, it is a staple for us. And I mean, like, it just gives us just a fun outlet to talk about this, obviously. You know, there's obviously a lot of people online who talk about Star Wars, and so you can go to so many other people, but we're lucky that we have a really consistent group of people who are there each week, every Monday in our lives, interacting with us. And I mean, it's one of the main reasons why we keep doing it. So it's been a blast. Like, it's kind of crazy that it's already been well over a year at this point. So yeah, it's we love what we do, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think I joined one of your lives a few weeks ago. I always try and catch up, but I was like, I'll stay up and see what the boys were talking, because you were talking about Mando and Grogu.
Yeah.
And I was literally stewed at like 2 o'clock in the morning with like watching it on my phone with the charger in, because my phone was dying. And I was like, like, just trying to stay up. And I was like, please.
Yeah.
But it is super fun, and it's a really fun community you guys have. Lots of familiar faces. If you're a fan of both of our podcasts or both of our Instagrams, you see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of just people, who have both crazy opinions and good opinions. But I think it's a good mix because it gets the conversation going. It's a lot of
There's a lot
fun.
of people that you can play the hits a lot. Like, Will just posted today the clip of my ranking of the 13 of the 13 like main feature theatrical release Star Wars films. And there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with that one. And then that's I like, I'll dog on people all the time for, like, for if they're a movie that I really love is lower and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I really don't care that much. Like, I think it's fun that we all have like niche tastes and opinions and things like that. And I mean, we did our shows and stuff too. And Will and I, we have a lot of common ground, but there's also some stuff that that are like complete opposite temp poles, So it's a lot of fun. Like, and like, I think what I appreciate about a lot of the community that we found that you guys experience too is like that people aren't just like crapping on one another for like that, like that is where it just gets like really exhausting, or you're just like, dude, like it's really not that deep. And we always say, like, if there's something that you like that I maybe didn't like as much, I'm going to then ask questions and be like, okay, so why do you like this? And I'm going to be, that's not a derogatory. That's like, because I want to like it too. And so if there's something that someone likes, the more I talk to them, the more I get to know them, I'm probably going to appreciate it a whole lot more. And that's kind of why we have the whole your focus determines your reality motto is like, if you're focusing on the good, the reality is it's probably going to be good, whereas you're focusing on the bad, it's probably going to be bad. And so even in my ranking today, like I put in the comments, and we said this in our episode as well, like, to be clear, I love all of those movies. This is just purely how much I prefer one over the other and how much I enjoy them and rewatch them and what they mean to me. Does it mean, oh, it's at the bottom, so it's bad? That's not what that means.
Every time we bring up Attack of the Clones, and Adam and I are kind of both like, yeah, it's not our favorite. Like, we need to do a proper deep dive into it on the pod sometime. But like, we've had so many guests kind of come on and be like, guys, stop ragging on Attack of the Clones. And we're like, we're not ragging on. We're just saying, like, of all the ones there are, it's just not our favorite.
Yep.
But there's still also a lot to love in it, and I think that's
Yep.
why at some point Adam and I are going to have to properly like take a deep dive into Attack of the Clones, or just rewatch it and realize, oh, actually, no, we have a lot to love here too. But again,
Yeah.
we're not afraid to talk about it, and I think that's sort of you guys do a lot of the same. Where yes, you'll have stuff that you don't necessarily always love and like about certain movies or certain Star Wars content, but you'll also talk about the good of it too. And I
Yep.
think that's important. I think that's there's too many voices online shouting about what they don't like rather than what they do like, or trying to find the good in a thing.
I have a lot of friends that they have a lot of like different tastes and things. Like you had Jacob and Hannah on, and they have obviously a lot of similar opinions to us and things. But the I mean, I've been talking to Jacob a lot more recently, and like I just got in today. It's right there. That's all of the X-Wing books by Michael Stackpole and Aaron Alston. I've never read them. I'm planning to, but I'm not the biggest like X-Wing reader guy. Like when I'm gonna read Star Wars books and stuff, it's gonna be more like about Jedi and Sith and smugglers and stuff. Like that's the stuff that I'm really deep diving in. I'm like, when it gets to the space stuff, I love X-Wings and I love watching it. And I love playing it. But reading it can be a little bit more difficult for me. And he was like, no, dude, like he's like, I'm telling you, like some of these are some of my favorite Star Wars books of all time. And I'm like, well, Jacob is my friend. I like his opinions about Star Wars. He's really good about talking about Star Wars. He doesn't crap on it. So now I want to go seek this out because, like, it's that whole thing of like when Sam was talking about like with him and Dave were talking about like the differences between things, and they were more so talking about canon and what's all of that stuff of like the campfires and stuff. But I've always viewed that as well of like if there's something that you may not like or you may not understand, it is a reason to go and seek that thing out. And that is one of my favorite things about Star Wars is if like there's something that I don't know or something that I'm kind of confused about, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go incessantly research and reanalyze and recontextualize that thing so that I can enjoy it. And people will say that I'm making leaps and that I'm coping and all of this stuff. And I'm like, honestly, I don't care. I like liking Star Wars. I don't I I don't like not liking Star Wars. So it's just like we love this stuff so much for a reason. Like there's gonna be why not find ways to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we like it so much that we dedicate our skin to it. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone
Yeah.
in this room has like Star Wars tattoos. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep. My first tattoo was a Star Wars tattoo. You can't see it. It's on my back, but it's a Jedi symbol. I'm like, that's my thing, man.
Mm.
Yeah, I my very first one was also a Star Wars tattoo, but I now have it covered up by a Spider-Man because it was all I was 18 and was like, I'm gonna go get my first tattoo, and ran into the first tattoo shop I could find, and the dude was like, I'll do it for £50, and I was like, perfect, and it was a yin yang symbol with the Rebel Alliance and the Imperial cog in it,
Mm.
and it was meant to be cool. It was not cool. It was really, really badly done. And then a couple of years later, I went to another film. I was like, "Can you cover this up?" And he was like, "With what?" And I was like, "Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man, please."
Dude, Spider-Man, that is my you can't it's all off the screen, but I have a Spider-Man tattoo on my leg and then I've got a spider on my arm as well. So
I have a
it's like
spider on my arm too.
what? Oh, you got the Homecoming logo.
I
That's
got the,
sick.
and then I got hold on.
Dude.
Sorry for the listeners, but we're showing off
Oh
tattoos.
yeah.
So fuck you.
Visual
Uh,
description.
I got hold on. Wait. Eh, I can just do
There
this.
it is.
That's
I can just do this.
your
I
Scotty
got
Young.
Scotty.
Oh, the Scotty Young. No
Yeah.
way.
Oh, that's cool.
I got that
That's
my leg.
cool. That's sick.
And the boys
Man.
all got to see my legs. Isn't that nice?
Hmm.
That's a video exclusive right there.
Join the Patreon.
Oh boy.
That's awesome.
I was going to say, you talk about the good and the bad, but we'll throw in another top four. Name your top four members of the biker gang from the Book of Boba Fett.
Aren't there only 4?
Hey, come on. There has to be a top. There has to be a
Yeah,
top.
you got to rank them.
Okay. Spinning
Ellie?
guy, slow
Mhm.
motion spinning guy. Then probably robo arm pixie haircut with the vest.
That's Drash, right?
Mhm.
Sure.
And of course, Skid
and then there
is
are
spinning guy.
and then there are 2 more.
There's Joe and there's the modifier.
Correct.
That's the order.
And that's the order. Yeah.
That's
Honest,
it.
I thought there might have actually been more than 4, so I was really starting to doubt myself there. That's crazy.
I was thinking of going through the colors of the bikes, and I'm like, it's kind of like Power Rangers. There's a red bike, a blue bike, a green bike, and I'm pretty sure a yellow bike.
Yes.
Yellow.
Yep. And that's all 4.
And the yellow bike
Have you-
guy doesn't have a name.
At all?
Nope. Can't
Is
find
there
it.
not? What about the twins? Is there not twins as well?
There's twins, but I can't find their name, and also I can't
Yeah.
find the actor that plays them. Like IMDb is like, no, we're forgetting this. It is.
Yeah. No one cares enough. We're just.
I do.
Oh
I know you do. Grayson, do you have any differences in your list, or are you going with a similar list? Sophie Thatcher not higher? No.
I mean, I will say that I recreated the spin in Lucasfilm's office, which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I think by nature I have to put him at number 1.
Did Dave Filoni applaud?
He showed up and he was like, "Dude, you're gonna be
He
Kyle
dropped
Katarn."
from the ceiling like Adam's Scotty Young Spider-Man tattoo
Mm.
and gave everybody high fives.
He said, "You are now promoted. You are now my elite employee."
You're now my elite employee.
No, I think Will nailed that there. I think that's one of those determined focus sync up moments for me.
Yeah.
Are you putting green above yellow or yellow above green, Will?
If you asked me who drove which color bike, I blaster to my head would not be able to tell you who drives.
But that doesn't matter. Just which one are you putting above?
I mean, I like green more than I
Okay.
like blue.
I was gonna put yellow above. So there you go.
I'd probably put green, yellow, blue, red. That's probably what I'd do.
Green, yellow, blue, red.
You're going by colors. Okay.
Is that order
Right.
the same for the Power Rangers?
Now
Mighty
that's
Morphin?
a question.
Oh, we talking Mighty Morphin? Okay, let's go.
We're talking
Like,
Power
like-
Power Rangers. Yeah.
Because I was like, there's different generations. Like I'm a multi-generational Power Ranger fan. So
Yeah.
Let's stick Mighty Morphin. Let's stick with the OG Mighty Morphin. Yeah.
no white or green.
At
let's-
least green.
Yeah, green.
Okay, yeah. You can have green. Yeah.
So
Oh, you
maybe it's
simmering?
basic. I'd probably say Tommy Green,
Mhm,
then probably red,
mhm.
yellow, Oh, now this is where it gets tough. I feel like probably blue, then pink.
What about black?
What about black?
Dude,
Yeah,
come on, you forgot Zach, bro.
I forgot about Zach. Yeah, yeah. I'll go black last, probably.
Wow.
Because then I'm also thinking about like
Movie?
what was the movie Secrets of the Ooze or whatever?
Yeah,
Ivan
well, they
Ooze.
got
Yeah.
they got the new animals.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
sick.
They-
he got a frog. That was the
yeah.
coolest one. I wanted the frog toy so bad.
What was it? Oh, I'm like actually misremembering now what all their new animals were.
I know white got an eagle,
Oh, yep, yeah.
black got a frog, and that's the extent of what I remember.
That's I was about to say. I was like, like I know the whole fight and everything. I watched that movie probably more
Did,
times than I can count, and I really now I'm starting to like my memory's failing me.
yellow get an elephant or did blue get an elephant?
Well, didn't
God.
Black already have an elephant? So why would
Yeah,
another one get an elephant?
do they double down on their elephants?
So they're like, oh, this guy gets the elephant now. I know it's a
Yeah,
mastodon,
just
but still.
yeah.
According to Google, Billy got a wolf, Kimberly got a crane, Adam got the frog, Aisha got the bear, Rocky got the ape, and Tommy got a falcon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was cool.
Wait, so
Ivan
who is
Ooze,
the
man?
who is the second Red Ranger? Because Jason is the first one. Who's the second one?
Rocky, right?
Rocky's. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, Rocky's second.
Okay. Because I was about to say, it was like the only people, like they changed every color except Billy was always blue. They didn't change.
He's the longest serving ranger.
Yeah.
And was my favorite. He was always my favorite. And I met him at Comic Con Northern Ireland 2 years back, and he was lovely. He was a lovely man.
You seem they're all really nice people. I have only actually okay. The only Power Ranger I have met was actually Wes from Time Force. Red Ranger, which Time Force was my jam. Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, my ranking because this is a Star Wars podcast and we're talking about Power Rangers. Is oh gosh. I mean, I was basic. Red is my number one. I was always when Forever Red came out, dude. That episode changed my life. That was my Infinity War when I was like 5. You know, so Red probably green or white, however you want to chalk it up. Then probably black, then yellow, and then blue or pink are kind of swapped. I never, it was weird. I had a lot of blue Power Ranger phases, but it was never with Mighty Morphin for some reason. I don't really know why. I don't know why blue, I'm trying to think. Oh, because blue was my favorite in Turbo, because that was the kid. He was that was the little kid that was the Blue Ranger. Yeah. Man, what a movie. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled program.
I do have to issue a change. The Power Rangers movie was just the Power Rangers movie. Ooze is in it because the bad guy is Ivan Ooze.
Yes.
But Secrets of the Ooze is the title
Ninja
of
Turtles.
the second Ninja Turtles movie with what's his name? Vanilla Ice, who does part of the soundtrack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
accurate.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
And then he toured and made a small fortune at that time. Wild.
Crazy. All from Ninja Turtles, you know?
That's the aura there.
And then now he's performing for Trump. What can't that guy do?
Yep. Yep.
The Ninja Turtles, the American politics pipeline.
Here. Yep. Right. We're doing who's your top 4 Ninja Turtles and which turtle would be president, best president?
Oh gosh. How could it not be
Which
Leo?
turtle
dude?
would be best president is such a fun question.
I'm saying Mikey.
I was going to say Mikey's my number 2. I think I'd put.
He could be a vice president, but I don't think he could be the president.
He'd be
He's
like
too much
Clinton.
of a party guy.
No, he'd be like Clinton.
But
He'd be playing the saxophone,
What do you mean
eating
by that?
fries.
I mean that Mikey's getting a blowjob in the office. That's what I mean.
Oh wow, there it is. I don't understand how I don't want to know how anatomically those Ninja Turtles look at all.
Yeah.
So,
What's April
It's
O'Neil up to?
turtles have cloacas.
maybe is it basic to say Leo? It's probably basic to say Leo.
No,
I would say
agree.
Leo.
I would
Good
agree
leader.
with Leo. Yeah.
I just think I'm like that. Probably like right.
Yeah,
He's got good leadership skills.
Mhm.
He's easy under pressure
Mm-hmm.
when leading.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Leo, VP Donnie, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably what I would.
So, wait,
that's who I'm voting for.
Now here's my question: who all are making the best Jedi out of the Ninja Turtles?
Oh shit!
Oh,
Like, because that's like an interesting team comp. There is like, because you've got. I think they've got prime material to be Jedi, but it's like, are they all going to be like Jedi Masters, or like I feel like Raph might get held back a little bit, you know?
He teeters too close to the dark side sometimes. He's got to rein in before he can get master status. But the
Raph
other three
is like a Mace Windu though.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
And if Mace can do it and do pretty well,
but does he have more control than Raph does? Is he more?
Here's the thing:
than Raph?
We're taking them as because we're saying Ninja Turtles. We're saying the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is them. They got some maturing to do.
They do.
Yes.
If we're thinking of their ages like Last Ronin towards the end of their lives, I think Raph gets a bad rap a lot of times. He's cool but rude. But like, I do think all four would be at least okay Jedi, knowing what Mikey had to go through in the face of adversity for the Last Ronin stuff. He's probably the only one that I would say gets rank of master.
Wow.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Probably.
So
Leo's very like old guard, like Kenobi, sits on the council, Plo Koon. I mean, that is very funny that James Arnold Taylor did Leo and Plo Koon. And Kenobi.
Oh, weird.
That's hilarious.
Crazy, yeah.
That's weird. But like, that's where I would put them. At him as like before the fall of the Jedi. He's probably one of the guys who's like thinking he's doing his best, but probably not.
Interesting that I think that their lightsabers would not be reflective of their weapons as Ninja Turtles.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine nunchuck lightsabers? That would be so awful.
That'd be terrible. That's what I'm saying is I think like Leo would probably just do like a single, but I feel like Raph would probably have some sort of like double bladed, right?
Dude, Raph's would be like chimeras, like the strangers.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
What do you call the one from The Force Awakens? The like baton, the handle's sort of like on the side and then it comes down the arm.
You mean the Force Unleashed?
I feel Force Unleashed, yes. Force Unleashed.
Yes, the Tonfa sabers.
Tonfa, yeah. I feel like someone's going to be using Tonfas. Who's using Tonfas?
That feels like a Mikey.
Mikey, yeah, maybe Mikey. But now I'm like thinking of those sabers. Those sabers are like based on obviously a lot of defense, but like you're doing so much like close in a phone booth, hand to hand combat with those. And I'm like, if you're thinking of one of the four turtles who's going to run headfirst into fighting somebody, it's probably going to be Raph.
True.
So,
I think I can
so
see
here's
Raph
my switch. Then the Chimere Stranger Blade might go to Donnie because that's like a technical advance. And that's something that he'd probably have in his back pocket of like.
But would Donnie not have the Pong Krill like flip saber? That seems like such a Donnie thing.
Like Darkseid Ray?
Yeah, where he's like slinging it around and stuff.
Yeah. Well, then what does Mikey have?
I was going to say, would that be Mikey? Because it's as close to a nunchuck as you can get, having it sort of flicky.
Oh,
Whereas
Because you can
true.
like break it and bring it
yeah,
back.
yeah, and
So,
whereas
so maybe
Donnie
like
just,
Mikey is like a temple guard lightsaber, like one of the collapsible ones.
and then Donnie's just
Donnie's got an
a staff
Inquisitor's
saber,
blade
or
Mm.
where it can
That'd be-
spin.
That'd be
Yeah.
mean, bro.
yeah,
That's cool.
Does one of them have an Ezra style saber? Just kidding. That'd be it's just like
Blah 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 blah.
that. Yeah, just pulls out the gun.
I'm just picturing Splinter Yoda.
That yeah,
yeah.
That's
like
what I want.
Splinter and Yoda would just they're
Mm.
hanging out, you know.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anybody listening? That's your Photoshop.
There we go. That's the
job
image
for
we
this
want to
week.
see. Yeah, any illustrators out
So
there?
wait, is Shredder like Dooku?
Grievous, surely?
Oh, true.
Ooh. No,
I guess I was
wait.
thinking more of like the dynamic of like
I see. Yes.
kind of fallen.
Mm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Shredder was trained by
Was it?
Splinter, right?
Hiroto Sashi? Is that it? What
Are you talking about who
Shredder's
they're
name was?
trained by?
Yeah.
Oh, his real name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he trained
No,
by, or was it opposite clans?
Yeah, it was like wasn't Shredder's dad the one guy, and then Splinter, whatever Splinter's real name was, they were both training together, and then that's why Splinter hated
They're like
Shredder hated Splinter.
Mm.
Isn't that what happened?
Something like that. It depends on
I
which
don't know.
version you look at.
And then they went to New York and ate pizza, and that's the story.
And that's
Yeah.
how it goes. I can imagine Krang as a Grievous type. Like that wee brain stuffed into a Grievous
Yeah.
body. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I mean,
And then all
like
the foot
that
soldiers.
Ninja
and
Turtles Star Wars comic, dude. This would be sick.
Mm.
I feel like it's, you know what, we've had Ninja Turtles Power Rangers, we've had Ninja Turtles Batman, we've had Ninja Turtles with Stranger Things recently. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like at some point, IDW will be like, you know what we haven't done yet? Star Wars Ninja Turtles.
Have they done? Did they do Ghostbusters?
I think Ghostbusters have paired up with the Ninja Turtles as well.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
yep. That does sound. If it hasn't happened, it's happening. But I'm
Mm.
pretty sure
I
it
was about to
has.
say that's like a gimme right there, dude.
Yeah,
That's a slam dunk.
the Ninja Turtles walking into Ray's Uncle Bookshop. That's what I want to see. Guys, we're actually getting very, very nostalgic. Let's get nostalgic with Star Wars and tell us, where does your love of Star Wars begin? Take us back. Woo.
Ooh, Grayson, you go first.
Oh, okay. I'd love to. I feel like I used to tell the story a lot, and I don't like tell it as much anymore. Well, I mean, I've always said that technically it was even before my birth, because I did some crunching, aka my mom told me, and the fact is that when my mother was about, do the math there, about 6 months pregnant with me, was when the Phantom Menace came out. And I was told like a handful of years ago, they were like, "Oh yeah, no, like we went to go see the Phantom Menace," and she fell asleep in the theater. My dad did not. I think he had already seen it a couple times at that point. That might have been his second or third viewing of it. So that technically, I think, was my first exposure to Star Wars in the womb. I was jamming out to Duel of the Fates. Thanks to my mother. But truthfully, it does come a lot from my dad. Obviously, my dad is him and I. We both have something in common. We're into a lot of different things. Arguably too many different things. And like we don't put all our eggs in one basket. But he has always been a big nerd. And that sort of stuff is what I really latched onto when I was a kid. He was the one that first showed me the films, that got me into all of it. He'd come home with the CD-ROM of Star Wars Battlefront 2 when that dropped, that he picked up from Walmart that morning as it came out, and played through the tutorial and the campaign together, and taught me how to play Jedi Outcast, and all of like these older Star Wars games. And they got me a PlayStation 2 where I played Lego Star Wars and all these other games, and lightsabers, action figures. Like that was a big thing that we bonded over. And that's just kind of really how it started. That was just kind of, it was that and Spider-Man that really what I latched onto, or superheroes in general. And yeah, I mean, I pretty much have all like, there's not a time where I cannot remember Star Wars being a part of my life. If it was very, very early when I pretty much just was not cognizant. And, and then I remember when I was in like middle school and stuff, I kind of dipped off it for a little bit. I just kind of was more into some other things, but I never just was like not into Star Wars. And then when Force Awakens, well, when the acquisition happened, and they in 2013, and keep in mind I was still really into like the Force Unleashed and stuff like that sort of stuff. Was like I was the prime age for all of that. And then that first trailer for the Force Awakens in December of 2014, that first teaser, I mean, I lost my mind. Like, I just was like, this is insane. And so my dad and I would watch The Force Awakens 2 times opening night, like before it was even like officially the release date. We watched it at like 7 p.m., went to go get some food, and then went right back into the theater to watch it again. And yes, it's just always been a big bonding experience for it. Still is. Like, we still talk about it, much to my mom's dismay at the dinner table when I go to visit them. She's like, can we please stop talking about Star Wars for once? But yeah, I think he made a little bit of a monster out of me, as you can see around me. But that's kind of really how it started. And it's always just like stuck that way. Like, I always say that like Star Wars is genuinely my favorite thing ever. It brings me so much comfort. It brings me so much of an escape. More I replace my doom scrolling time with reading Star Wars books and comics or just chatting with people about Star Wars. And so yeah, it has led me now almost 27 years later to this what I'm doing now, which is super cool. And my dad will be with us at Star Wars Celebration next year as well, which will be super sick. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. That's what I would say. There's obviously little small stories throughout there of what reignited or what I really latched onto in Star Wars, but that was kind of the general gist of it.
Just think, Grayson, that if your mum had stayed awake, she would have been like, Rats Tyrell, that's a nice name. And you could have been called Rats.
I was like, no, I once my frontal lobe develops, I was like, man, I could have been named Ben Plataneros. Dang it, dude. So many good names there, dude. Bondo Reams, Dud Bolt.
Mm.
I would have loved to have been a dud.
I'm gonna name my first child Dud. Yeah, Sweet Dud Brown.
That would be honestly perfect.
I feel like I'm gonna have to put like a full PowerPoint together as to why that's a good name.
It sounds like a boy named Sue, but a boy named Dud.
Named Dud. I feel like now we ask for pictures, now we want songs. Somebody out there write us a boy named Dud.
A boy named Dud. And honestly, it's great that at this point of us talking about it, you are already married. Mm-hmm. So there's no going back, and now you can pitch that. Yeah. It's not a thing of you talk. It would be insane to talk about it beforehand because you wouldn't want the marriage to go any other way.
No.
Yes.
And pitch something like that. So
yeah.
You've already got it on lock, and you're fine. You're fine.
It's fine. It's all good. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
August.
It was in the vows, so
yeah. Our first child should be named Dud. Say I do.
Say I dud.
Will, where does your Star Wars story begin?
So for the audio listeners at home, love you to death. I'm pointing to the special edition box set that is behind me. That is, I am exactly as old, or not exactly, maybe a few months different, as old as the Star Wars special editions for the original trilogy. For some reason, my grandparents, who were not Star Wars fans, my grandmother, who is not a Star Wars fan, lucky enough for me, she liked buying stuff out of magazines. And that was an advertisement and she bought that, and it was upstairs with all the VHS tapes in her house. And I was like 3 or 4 years old, probably. And I was the only grandchild at the time, and everybody else was adults. So when the adults were talking, they'd send me upstairs to like, hey, go figure stuff out, 4 year old. And I'm just like, okay. So figured out how to use like the VHS player and all like this box of stuff. And I was like, what's inside this weird box? Because I was a nosy child. So I was opening stuff up, opened that up, and saw that in the box there was like a bunch of there's like posters and stuff in there. And there's also like a plaque for the Star Wars special editions. And I was like, oh, these are 3 movies. And I picked Return of the Jedi because, in my opinion, that's my favorite out of these special edition posters for those 3 movies. Popped in Return of the Jedi, and I have been fully indoctrinated into George Lucas's plan since 1990. Probably, if I was 4, so it's probably 2000. I'd say probably like 1998, 1999. And then from there, some of my earliest memories are getting the Lego Star Wars Lego sets on my birthday when those first started rolling out in 99. And then after that, and then after I was old enough to be able to like go outside and fend for myself in the neighborhood and in the front yard or in the garage, all the other kids in the neighborhood who I became friends with were also fans of Star Wars. So playing Lego Star Wars on our Game Boys and linking them with the link cable. And Lego Star Wars is such a big part of my life. That's like, I say it a lot, and I know a lot of other people feel this way, but like, if there's ever a time where like I have to recall anything in like the original saga 1 through 6, 9 times out of 10, it's in a Lego Star Wars cutscene. And that's how I'm remembering it, not actually the movie. And then I'm like, okay, I get there, and then I can build off of that and recall the information. But yeah, Star Wars has always been a part of my life. It's not a unique thing anymore to say that people have been Star Wars fans their whole life, but it is a thing that I think is uniquely something that brings us all together, whether it's at a convention or whether it's online doing stuff like this. People, there have been Star Wars is multi-generational at this point, and it will continue to be. And I just think that that's the coolest thing. That, look, in my opinion, I grew up at the time where it was the best time to be a Star Wars kid with the prequels, because it wasn't just the prequels being celebrated. It was also the original trilogy. And that was, and also like, call me nostalgic, but physical media, going through drive-throughs and getting stuff like cereal boxes, whatever it was, you were able to turn on Cartoon Network and watch stuff, or FX or Spike or whatever. And over here in the States, and like that's where all the stuff was being replayed on. Star Wars is so, especially the original trilogy, is so like inherently Christmassy to me, because they would always replay them around Christmas time on cable, that it's like part of the holidays for me. So it's like I said, I'm fully indoctrinated into what George Lucas wanted for marketing, and it worked on me. And I'm happy to be here yapping about it almost 30 years later. So,
And how do you feel? Because I noticed that the cup you had was one of the Mandalorian and Grogu Burger King cups. How do you
yes,
feel? You're saying, being younger and going and getting your meal just to get the Star Wars toy and that. How do you feel with that kind of merchandising at the minute for Mandalorian and Grogu, kind of tapping into that Revenge of the Sith 2005 Burger King promotion feel?
dude, nothing will top that for me. Like, Revenge of the Sith was, in my opinion, the best. I would say right under that is probably the Phantom Menace with Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC. Like those, that's probably right under there for that style of marketing. Um, I'm trying to think of like what would be third and what would be fourth. I will say the Solo stuff in the States at Denny's, that was a crazy collab, because who And why would they pick Denny's for that? But it just goes into the fantastic part of the Solo movie lore for that movie being released and the pre-release for that stuff. And then maybe fourth is the Mando Grogu stuff. It's been a blast going to like Burger King over the last month and like being able to get like, I mean, I've got my Zeb cup, I've got my brown Mando cup, I've got the the little Zeb
We
right
didn't get
here.
those.
Like I this is the best. So and that's my thing too. It's like as you can see behind me, it's not very organized. I am probably on the lighter side of hoarding when it comes to my Star Wars collecting of just like weird papers and posters and whatnot. That's my favorite thing when it comes to Star Wars. So honestly, I think Burger King and Star Wars did a great job with their promo for Mando Grogu stuff. Personally, I thought it was great. It was a ton of fun.
And the food is pretty good.
The food was pretty good.
That pickle green ketchup sauce, unreal.
What?
Oh, you didn't get
Wait,
oh.
what? You didn't get the Grogu pickle ketchup?
So I think you guys might have had different stuff than us because correct me if I'm wrong, didn't your cups change color?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's what's
These.
annoying. And they change
What?
color as liquid goes
Oh,
in. See, you
Cold. It
guys
has
got
to be
different
ice
stuff.
cold. You have to put ice in, and then when the ice cold water hits it, it changes. So all your cups are the colors that ours change into, but your cups are bigger than ours. But ours are metal and not
Mm.
plastic, and they keep your drinks so cold for so long. We're just going to go around all the Burger King in the next like week or so when the promos come to an end. We're going to go and like get all the cups we
Just
can.
raid them.
Yeah, we're going to gather up as many cups as we can because we hear the American outcry for the color changing cups, and we will provide.
Mm.
Just
Cannot
dealing them.
believe it wasn't just across the board color changing cups, but
Well, I was
whatever.
surprised because normally, like in the UK, for the last lot of years, like we don't get any of the promotions. Like we get nothing over here anymore,
Yeah.
really, because they're trying not to encourage people to eat fast food and stuff. So we never get anything cool. So whenever we seen that, Burger King was doing the crossover and that there's going to be cups and there's going to be toys, we're like, we're getting none of that. Now we didn't get the toys, we didn't get the figures. We got glow in the dark jigsaw puzzles with the kids meals, and then we got when they announced the color changing cups, it was like no way we're getting something, and then that's when I started to be like it's like 2005 again. I feel like I'm
Yeah,
revenge
dude.
the Sith. That I really like it really hit me like the moment I heard that the nearest Burger King had got the Mando Grogu stuff in. I was just straight away down. I was like, we're hitting the road, we're going. Like it was a whole 2 towns away, but I was like, we're going to Burger King.
How long is that drive for you?
About 15-20 minutes.
Ugh.
That's a big drive for us over here. That's
Yeah, I
that's
know.
I was gonna say that's
know?
like that's for you guys. That's no little jaunt.
Yeah.
That's quite a hike.
I was dedicated. I was forgetting my cup. So and I did, and now I've got all the cups. So I've eaten many pickle sauce burgers.
Ugh. Lucky.
I know. We tried it once and it was great. But then I did not feel great for the remaining 3 hours after, or for the last 3 hours of the day. I was like, I could have eaten some real food. But you know what? It's all right. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Kind of craving it right now.
Mm.
Will we all just go to Burger? I don't even think there'll be a Burger King open here right now. But will we all just go to Burger King? We'll keep going. Just everyone lift your setup, and we'll take this
We'll
podcast on
catch
the
a quick
road.
flight over, and we'll just all
Yeah.
go to
And get your color changing cups. Yeah, exactly.
There's a Burger King at
Absolutely.
the airport.
There is a Burger King at the airport. Yeah,
Will
sorted.
they have it? Will TSA or security let the metal cups through? We don't know.
As
Mm.
long as you're not filled with liquid, it's fine, and they're not sharp, so you're all right.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go.
True.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
That's what I'll take it then. Were y'all big on how did you? So we've talking a lot about our thoughts, but what if on the movie? But what did y'all? I'm assuming y'all liked it quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had our kind of like post non-spoilery episode, and we're going to do a deeper dive at some point. I do intend to go see it a third time so that I can properly deep dive. But yeah, I loved it. I loved just the fun adventure of it all, and that's all kind of like we spoke on another podcast, another Star Wars Ireland-based podcast called Blab of the Hutt, and I was like, as long as I get that sense of like swashbuckling adventure that it promises from the trailers, I'm gonna be happy, and I
Yeah.
got that. So yeah, what more could I have asked for, really?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I really enjoyed when I seen it and was sort of like, yeah, it was good, but the more I've come away from it, the more I'm like, yeah, that was really fun. Didn't blow
Yeah.
my mind, but like I could easily, if I'm doing work or if I'm doing editing and if I have like the Clone Wars on in the background or something like that, I feel like I could have the Mandalorian and Grogu on in the background
Yeah.
and it would catch my attention at parts. The soundtrack is banging. Like it's so like listening to that on repeat is just so good.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like we've said on here, it's like the perfect movie for both kids who want to get into Star Wars, didn't know what Star Wars was a thing, and also the perfect movie for the partner of the person who loves Star Wars. So you
This is
bring
true.
you bring your partner and they're like, that Grogu was really cute. You're like, well, if you want to see more Grogu, I have 3 seasons for you. So
Yeah.
it's a nice gateway drug. Because it's so light and not doesn't feel like homework like a lot of the MCU movies
Yeah.
have in recent times that it's sort of easy to bring someone who doesn't like Star Wars and they can be like, yeah, I enjoyed that. That's fun.
Yeah. That was how Will described it a little bit as well, especially after your second and third viewing was taking your wife to go see it and everything like that. Because like the first time we saw it, we were like, yeah, it was like it was all right, like it didn't blow our minds or anything, but very much so. Like I mean, I went to go see it with my dad, and my dad was just like, it was pretty Indiana Jones coded in the sense of just like it's very Temple of Doom. Characters don't change much or anything, but you pick up the tail end of one adventure, you get set on the other end of the adventure, like nothing crazy consequential, but like you said, it's that swashbuckling adventure. Um, did you will you have and we didn't get to talk about it on our episode this past week, which will have been months ago for people listening right now. But did you guys get a chance to listen to the audio commentary that they released with the
Not yet.
movie with the app?
Not
I would
yet.
like to. I seen that advertisement, was like, oh, must check that out.
By
Will
far my favorite viewing was
Mm.
doing it like that way. I did that on Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday this past over the weekend, and like it was a pretty packed theater too for a 10:30 Sunday showing as well.
Mm.
Like there were seats taken up, and I thought that I was going to be
10:30
the only one in
PM or
there.
AM?
AM, sorry, AM.
Oh
10:30
wow.
AM. Yeah. Like I thought seats were. I thought I was going to be the only person in there because I mean, like it's just a 10:30 AM on a Sunday, and there were people in there. There were families in there. There were kids in there, and there were people in their Star Wars shirts with their Mando Grogu popcorn buckets and sitting there
Huh.
watching the movie, which is really cool. Um, and yeah, I got to plug in my earbuds and I took notes the whole time. Truly, I I want that experience for every not for just for every movie. I want to watch a movie and then be able to listen to the commentary of how the movie was made and what the director wants you to see in that moment from the director's mouth. Like Jon Favreau cares so much about Star Wars that him talking about how much he cares about Star Wars and how much he cared about this movie being made while making it made me I walked out of that theater. I immediately texted Grace and I was like, that's my favorite viewing of the movie by
Yeah.
far. Like it was a ball to be able to watch. I if I go see it again, I'll probably do the audio commentary again just to go back through and listen to it. It was really cool. And because you have the ability to do it on your app, not to plug and make it an ad for these people, but like you can stop it at any point and because your mic is listening to the movie on your phone, you can just hit sync and it can bring you back in. So if there's a moment you're like, oh, I want to listen to the movie at this part, you just hit pause, you hit resync, and then it plays right through. So there's really like you go to the bathroom and come back. I did, and I was still listening to the commentary because like
Oh,
it's just
that's
on your
fun.
phone.
Hmm.
So like you can just continue to listen and don't actually have to be in the theater. But it was great. I cannot recommend it enough to people if they're like, oh, maybe we'll go try it if it's still in theaters by, I mean, what, August? Would it
Mhm.
still be in theaters?
I doubt it.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think
Oh.
Well,
so. Maybe.
You snooze, you lose, listeners.
Did the sound of John Favreau's voice help you pee?
Mhm.
Help me pee.
Yeah. Like, did his tones relax you into your stream?
Like talking about the puppeteering of the Anzellans is really what allowed me to
Mm.
just go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like
Yeah.
to think that
Zen state.
I like to think that the commentary changed. He was like, "It's okay, Will. I'll wait."
It just gets it breaks the fourth wall.
It was live. It's okay.
I see you've paused it. Okay. Well, let me know when you're back in.
Don't forget to wash your hands.
Yeah.
Um,
Why didn't you get popcorn? Can you get me something?
Have they got Mike and Ike's?
I did wonder how the app work. I was going to ask you how does the app work, but you've kind of covered that for me already. It's interesting,
Yeah.
that it syncs up and you can resync it and stuff. That's cool. I
Yeah.
definitely my brother wants to go see it, and I'm hopefully going to go sort of this weekend or next week, and I'll probably do that while he just like watches it normally. I'm gonna be like, oh, don't
Yeah.
mind me, just
And
put
it's
it on my
free. I mean,
commentary.
obviously you got to pay to get into the movie, but like the app and syncing it up and listening to the commentary, it's completely free. You just like select based on what movie time and where you're seeing the movie is. So like you're at the 10:30 showing, you hit 10:30. It's on Sunday. You click what theater you're at, and all you do is after the previews, you hit sync. It starts, and once it's good, you're ready to go.
And of course, the first time you guys seen the movie, there was nothing special going on. It was just a regular day, right?
Yeah, pretty regular.
Yeah, regular day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, going to the premiere was insane. Like that was for a long time. That has been my dream is to go to a Star Wars premiere, and we get during that month we had gotten to go to a couple Shadow Lord events, which was already crazy enough, and we were like, like we're not getting, we're not going to the Mando premiere though. Like that's not happening. I was like, that's like, and I was like, but whenever the next one comes around, maybe.
Yeah.
And then literally like was it, like a week before or something. They're like, "Hey, you're
it was
invited."
literally the day after we got back from the Maul Shadow Lord finale event. It was literally within 24 hours of us flying back. I was on my way home from the airport.
They're like, "You need to come back." You're like, "No."
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, because Will, you went 3 times in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we went for we went to San Francisco for the premiere event for Maul Shadow Lord. And then a little while after that, it was April. So that was the beginning of April. And then the end of April, like I believe it was April 28th, because that was the first night of Star Wars night. They did a thing with Sam Witwer there to promote Maul Shadow Lord. And that was really cool. He came out and got to go to Star Wars night at Disneyland, which was really cool. I'd never been to Disneyland before. And obviously I'd never been to Star Wars night, but that was fantastic. And then within like 4 or 5 days of that, it was May 4th, and we came back for the Shadow Lord finale event, which was really cool. And then the next day we were like, "Hey, you got like a week and a half. Figure it out if you want to come." And we had to like let them know like that night if we were going to be there. It was, but of course, I mean,
we were going to figure it out.
Like Grayson said, there's very you don't get these opportunities. Nobody gets these opportunities, and that we were somehow, by the will of the Force, no pun intended, given the ability to do that was insane, and I will forever be grateful for it.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely like we're talking about the Mando promotional stuff. The outreach with the fans just for this year has been incredible. To the point that like, you have the whole, oh, we're inviting people to ride the Millennium Falcon ride and Pedro Pascal is there. And then people are like, why do they get to go to that? Because they're fans. That's why they get to go to these things.
They've worked their asses off.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of those people we're lucky enough to be friends with, and it's like there's this perception that like they are just being handed this, or that they just were like, that they're being bribed or something. And I'm like, no, like they do this as like they do this because they love it, and they've
Yeah,
gotten lucky enough to like be able to make like careers out of it. But like, do not let it be lost on you that they are fans.
Yeah.
Like,
they would
and like,
not have started talking about it unless they were fans.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's like we talked about it on a podcast. It's like we know you guys, you know that that's just great, guys, and seeing you guys getting invited is really cool, and it it's earned. Like you guys say, oh, you're lucky to get it. You guys have put it in the work. You're every week. You've got your posts. You're both great personalities, and you've made it a community that is, fantastic. So it's earned, and then for people to turn around and say, oh, it's Disney shills. It's like, okay, just just go away. But also, me and Danny do have an ongoing. It's not a joke, an ongoing thing that if Disney wants to like get in our pocket and we'll say anything we want. Do you remember the Goofy movie? They
yeah,
released Power Line jackets for the 30th anniversary. Me and Danny will take
Ooh,
free Power Line jackets and we'll say anything Disney
yeah,
wants.
we'll do whatever they want for a Powerline jacket. Yeah.
That's what we want.
that's the bribe right there.
That's
That's
that.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want us to
Yeah.
say that the new Moana live action movie is 10 out of 10? I'll be wearing my Powerline jacket.
Hmm. There'll be
That's
signs.
funny.
That's how
That's
you'll
it.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
incredible.
funny.
That's the thing. First of all, that was very kind of you to say that. Like,
Yes, that was extremely
I always say that like I've to be transparent, like I have huge imposter syndrome. So like we'll be doing this for 5 years, and people will be like, "Oh, it's deserved." I'm like, nah. I think what makes it like truthfully so jarring and like uh, to like think about it that way is the fact that like we have not been doing this for a long time, and we're not a big podcast at all. Like we just do this because we love it. Like people were asking like, oh, like you live out here, like and stuff. We're like, no, we fly out to we spend our hard earned cash to fly out to these events because we love it that much. We're not getting free
We're
flights.
burning PTO time to be able to go to these events.
I'm moving my schedule around and telling my girlfriend like, hey, I gotta, like I gotta go to California again and stuff like that. Like, and that's what makes it fun. But I mean, like, also we're honest. We try to be honest. And there's a way you can be honest without being just a jerk, And it's like, man, no, Grogu, I like the movie. It's not my favorite. It didn't blow me away. I'm going to be honest about that. I don't think it's a bad movie. And like, and that's like what people forget is I'm like, you're not like people aren't just like slinging cash our way and being like, you got to say good things about the movie. I'm like, no, like we're going to be critical where we need to be critical, but we're going to be honest and we're also going to be positive about it, And I'm like, I always say there's things in Star Wars that I may not like, but I am not going to fixate on it and make it the basis of everything of what I do. And so like, and we love the community aspect of it, and so it has been really cool too that like we go to these things and it's like our friends are there, and some of them have been lucky enough to be, and put in the work to go to these things for a while, but some of them are like they're in the same boat as us, like when Hannah from Just Crate was there, I was stoked. And when Jacob was at the premiere, who lives in my state, by the way, which is crazy that the first time we had met was completely on the opposite side of the country at a Star Wars premiere, is just like, it's super fun because you're just getting to enjoy all of that stuff together, and you're creating lifelong friendships with these people because of Star Wars and getting to go to these events and stuff like that. So it's been super cool. Like just, for just a reminder, like just don't be a jerk. Just be nice. Be kind. That's really all this is. And then that's what makes it fun. And I don't know. There's no end point there. There's no thesis statement right there to like wrap that up. There you go. There you go.
I
and,
think
and done.
I think there has been like I think like on Instagram and stuff, I can't think of like a prominent account that is like super negative on Star Wars that like nobody's in our DMs or like ours just create Determined Focus being like, fuck you guys. Like, nobody's like that. Everybody is nice. And it's sort
Yeah.
of nice to come through that because Star Wars has had so much hate from the prequels into the sequels. And then now that the prequels are getting revered again and the
Mhm.
sequels are starting to get revered again, even though we all like the sequels. Um,
Yeah.
it's sort of like, oh, it's in a nice space now. There's nothing really anybody can complain about unless it's forced because we hate powerful women or we hate people of color. It's the same
Mhm.
YouTube shills you see every fucking week because they're trying to make that ad revenue.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all for cash and stuff like that. That's like they hate sells. That's what it is, and that which is unfortunate. But yeah, we're lucky that we get like a really good community. That occasionally you do get a bot here and there of that's sent your way in the chat. That's just okay, you forget about it sort of thing. But it's never anything that's like been actually detrimental or deterring or anything,
Yeah.
which is thankfully very nice.
We've just scratched the surface with you guys. We could talk literally all night. So hopefully you'll come back on again. We'll talk more Star Wars. But
Yeah.
do you want to have a quick side note with you guys? We talked with Hannah and Jacob about Superman Man of Tomorrow, but
Hmm.
I want to talk to you guys about the Batman Part 2.
Mm.
Y- Are you excited?
What? I know everybody was showing off their Spider-Man tattoos,
Yeah,
but you want to talk about Batman? I love Star Wars.
yeah.
I love Star Wars. For me, that's my top two. Like, I love comic books. I love superhero stories and stuff like that. But like Batman specifically,
Just for the audience,
Batman
he's getting naked.
specifically,
Hell
Make
yeah.
them kiss.
Make them
Make them
kiss.
kiss.
Make them kiss.
I I cannot wait for the Batman Part Two.
Hmm.
The Batman, the first one,
Hmm.
that's my favorite Batman movie of all time.
Hmm.
And I am such a Batman fan. And it's so different from what I thought me as a Batman fan. Like, Pattinson's Batman is not like really like this Batman or even like comics like New 52 Batman. Not at all. But it's so Batman still that like if you were to ask me before the Batman came out, who would you think Batman would be? Just give me 10 people over the next 100 years you think would be Batman. Robert Pattinson was not going to be one of them, but oh my god, he does such a good job. And I cannot wait for part 2 because a lot of times with first movies, they're setting up like the world and they're doing a lot of world building. And then for the sequel, you're allowed to just live in that world and you don't have to be retold a lot about what the world is. I am so ready to just be dropped in to Matt Reeves' Gotham
Mhm.
for the Batman Part 2, where he's Batman for even longer and he's not new Batman anymore. Like, sorry to detour from Star Wars, but yeah, hell yeah, Batman.
Are you reading Matt Fraction's Batman at the minute?
Yes, yes. Matt Fraction's Batman and Absolute Batman
Hmm.
are the only two ongoings that I am currently still like that I have been going through for like months now.
Hmm.
Matt Fractions I've had since startup. Absolute Batman I slept on for a little bit because I wasn't necessarily sold on the Elseworlds of it all, but
Hmm.
then I started it a couple months ago, like maybe March or April of last year, going through it, and like some of my favorite Batman stories I've ever heard.
It's
So
so
I,
good.
I, I really I really like Matt Fraction's Batman right now. That's one I really like the blue back in the suit. And I'm just excited to just, like Matt Fraction's Batman is a fun like check in with Batman
Mhm.
every month, but like I'm excited for where there's going to be like I don't know like tie-in events, but they just did the last DC tie-in event and like DCKO, and that was so much fun to see that version of Batman in there. So much fun.
Mhm.
So like I like this new era of Batman that we're in. I also like that we are getting Batman Part 2, and that's going to be separate from the DCU. But yeah, I know Spider-Man is usually what everybody likes. Batman's probably number 2 for a lot of people. But man, do I love Batman.
Did you pick up Lego Batman, the Legends of the Dark Knight?
I don't have a console to play it on,
Dang.
so I have not yet, even though that game looks like it was made in a box for me specifically. So
Yeah, we gotta get this
when
guy
I get a console,
dude.
that will literally be the first thing I do.
You gotta. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to go on sale just because I have such a backlog on games. I think I'm right now I'm getting back into indie with Great Circle, which I'm a big indie guy. But dude, when Halo Campaign Evolved comes out next month, I don't know if you guys are Halo guys. Woo! That game looks so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But yes, Batman, the Batman is my favorite Batman movie. Not counting like animated stuff, obviously. I'm a big Mask of the Phantasm guy. Talking about animated stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Return of the Joker as well. Under the Red Hood. You know the stuff. But Batman Part 2 is going to be peak. The fact, okay. In the next year, within the next year, 13 months, we'll say, we get Supergirl in a couple weeks, which by the way, that clip of David Corenswet with this again, this is where you're listening to this future. Supergirl's already out by now. And one more movie that's about to come out as well. But that clip with David Corenswet with Kara at the Fortress of Solitude and everything. So good. It's so good. And then we get Brand New Day at the end of next month, which I am so excited. I cannot wait. And then next year, also we get an Avengers movie at the end of the year, which is just insane. And then next year we get Man of Tomorrow, Batman Part 2, and Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Secret Wars, dude.
And Starfighter.
And Starfighter.
On
Starfighter
50th anniversary.
And Ahsoka, we get Ahsoka Season 2 the beginning of the year,
Ahsoka
baby.
Season 2.
And Maul Shadowlord Season 2, probably. Hopefully. That's fingers crossed, Hopefully. Or anything else that we potentially get. Would love if Jedi 3 came out next year as well. Probably not, but that'd be a sleeper hit if they announced that at Celebration. Be like, oh, it comes out this fall. Bro. No matter, even if some of those hypotheticals don't happen, we still have a very, very, very stacked year ahead of us, which gosh, man. Yeah. Batman Part 2 is going to be awesome. The fact that we're getting Sebastian Stan is Harvey and ScarJo is Gilda. Like, dude, man,
come on.
I can't wait. Is Superman Man of Tomorrow and the Batman Part 2 filming at the exact same time right now?
Yes.
I would, yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy, dude.
And
very cool.
You're forgetting about one other DC project that is also very exciting. Clayface.
And Clayface.
They're going to say Lanterns.
Lanterns also.
Lanterns, well, yeah. But no, I'm excited for Clayface. I'm really excited.
I do like Mike Flanagan. It looks uncomfortable. I was kind of like, I'm scared.
That's
didn't realize it was not going to be about Basil Karlo. It's going to be about the other Clayface, which is interesting.
Because who was the Clayface in Creature Commandos? Was that Basil?
It's supposed to be the same one. It's supposed to be the guy from the movie.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. He's just like chill. He's just like sitting on the couch or something. Dude, but whenever we get DCU Batman too, man, like that's gonna be.
Do you think it'll be Pattinson?
I hope not. I mean, not that I hope not. I do think Pattinson and Corenswet would have amazing chemistry as Batman and Superman. I just think that they've been pretty adamant that that's not going to happen. And I also couldn't see. I don't see Pattinson wanting to be part of a bigger universe like that. Like that doesn't that with his not experimental, but with as widespread as his range is and the projects that he likes to do. I definitely don't see him being like. Them going to Robert Pattinson and be like, hey, so we're actually going to merge universes. Like, you have to sign this 10-picture contract, of like, you got to be, I'm like, he's going to be like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, he didn't even. He didn't even show up in the Penguin. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so, which could have been an intentional thing. But I imagine if like they wanted to, they could have. They probably would have asked him. But I think that that they probably knew that we're like, we're gonna dose this a bit. So, because
Yeah.
he said on record, he's like, how many movies he's like been doing because it keeps getting not delayed, or it keeps getting delayed. Getting delayed like twice. But I mean, as much as I do think they'd be an incredible pairing together, and I don't even think they would be like that different of universes, to be honest. Like, there's this whole thing of like, oh, the DCU is going to be is such a different type of universe than the Batman universe. I'm like, if you go and read Batman Year One, and then compare that to like the death of Superman, those are completely different tonally. It's like you got to build up to that, right? Like there's a level of, even though I would say like Batman the Animated Series is like, it starts off and it's pretty. I mean, it's got that comic bookness to it, but like it's not immediately like you're off rip. Like there's a little bit of a build up there before it starts to get into the really big comic book nature of it. And I think they could get there with Pattinson's. Will Reeves want to do that? Probably not.
Yeah. It's the classic Batman quote, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see Robert Pattinson play Chris Hansen.
I can't believe he's actually doing that. That's insane.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It looks so good. If you told me they were making a Chris Hansen movie, I'd be like, why? And then I seen the trailer and was like, I'm in.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Sold.
Show me it all. Looks great.
Truly one of the. I mean this in all sincerity. Like I do think Robert Pattinson is like one of the best current working actors. Like he is.
Oh yeah.
Crushing it. Not even a debate.
Yeah. Mickey 17 underrated.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the director's cut specifically is even better.
Mm.
That they add some footage there. I have not actually seen it though, but I hear it's good. My dad liked it. My dad's kind of critical, so I have to give it a shot.
Before we go, it just came to mind. Have you ever had your dad on the podcast, Grayson?
Not on Determined Focus. Now, here's an interesting story. One that I don't even think I've shared with Will. So he knows this part, but not the continuation of this. I did a podcast before Determined Focus, not a Star Wars podcast, but years and years ago, I did a podcast about, there was a comic books and Star Wars and movies and things. It was general pop culture. And there was a time or two where my dad did come on, and he was great. And there was actually one time entirely where I was completely, I could not make it on the episode. So it was just my buddy and my dad. And I listened back to it, and it was a great episode. So maybe one day, honestly, if we don't have him on by Celebration, I'd be shocked. He asks me all the time. He's like, when can I come on? When can I come on? I'm sure it'll happen at some point. And the fact that we'll all be at Celebration together, I would be shocked if he's not on on at some point. So to be determined and focused.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, that's a future tease. If you listen to us and you want to go check out Determined Focus, you find you guys on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
YouTube,
Currently just
Spotify.
YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah. So if you go look up on YouTube, it's on. We do have all of our stuff on Will's channel, but we live every Monday. Do a live stream every Monday at 7:30 Eastern time, so at the States, and then we upload on Spotify a few days after. But yeah, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok. Most of the mainstream things. If you look up Determined Focus or Will of the Forest, Mortis FM, we'll show up. We'll be there.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys, for giving us your time. It's been a great chat. We talked about what was going on in Belfast before the podcast, but this has definitely lightened the mood for us, Danny, because it's been a weird day.
Yeah, we are happy to be here. And it's fun talking about Star Wars, but also some other stuff that kind of is in the adjacent categories as well. But seriously, we'd be happy to come on anytime. It was a blast. It's why we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, when we talk Batman, I'll tell you, Will, why Val Kilmer is the best Batman.
Okay.
Yay! It's
Okay. I guess that'll happen the next time we're on.
if only they would release that director's cut. That's what I want. That's what I need.
Man,
I need
he's pretty great.
If only. I'm waiting on it too, to be honest with you.
I need to see him hugging a big bat. That's what I want. But Danny, as always, thank you for joining me as my beautiful co-host.
But of course.
Thank you everybody for listening. Join us next week for more fun and shenanigans in the stars. And as always, we have friends everywhere. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtle. Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtle. Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. Turtles don't have ears, so these ninjas are deaf. No vocal cords, so Cowabunga is hissing breath. They have tongues shaped like a worm, and these ninjas carry salmonella germs. Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtle. Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtle. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens. He's a radical rat, but they all have plague, cause rats are vectors of disease. That's a fact, Jack. They live 100 years twofold, so teenage turtles have the mind of a 7-year-old. Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtle. Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtle. Here's the part where we talk about turtle dicks. Half the length of a turtle and astoundingly thick. If you see a turtle's toothless grin, it's cause his penis can probably touch his chin. Scientifically accurate Ninja Turtles. They live in the human sewer, which means they are bathed in feces. Also, their shells bleed turtle power.